A mother comes to me many, many years ago and brings a little boy to me named Oscar. Now, Oscar and Oscar and his mother, they're from Alaska. They're Eskimo. And so Oscar is 4 years old, and he's got this little dark comb over. He looks like a little man, dark eyes, absolutely the cutest little boy you've ever seen in your life. Now, Oscar has got some serious issues, and she brought the x-rays from the hospital. Oscar has a lumbar curve, scoliosis, about like that. L3, third lumbar, is a hemivertebra. Looks like a piece of pizza laying on its side. Oscar cannot control his bowels. He has to wear a diaper. All the kids at school make fun of him. Oscar said, Mama, the kids need Jesus in their heart. She wrote me a whole letter. If you want it, I'll send it to you. I used to put it up, but everybody starts crying. It's a mess. It's awful. Oscar wasn't growing. Oscar had 2 kidneys the size of raisins. One of them was a little smaller than the other one, and they had surgery planned. They were going to remove one kidney. Hopefully, that would send enough blood flow to the other kidney, and maybe they could save it. This little man was looking, and they were going to do spinal surgery on him to try to get the pressure off of whatever they think they were going to do. So she was looking at all these surgeries. She had been going through doctor after doctor. I mean, the whole story, I won't go through the whole story, but this little man was going through hell. And his poor mother was right there with him. She brings him to me, scared to death, because she'd never been to a chiropractor. And she had mentioned to the doctors that she was going to bring him to me. Don't do that. He'll kill him. He will kill him. That's what they told her. He will kill your child. A friend was like, go see Dr. Young. Hopeless. So she comes in. We do this consultation. I fall in love with little Oscar, but he's scared to death. He had been poked and prodded by so many medical doctors and so many blah, blah, blah. So she gives me the x-rays. They're on a disc, and I put it in my computer, and it comes up. And I just took a step back. You need to understand something. This was, let's say, 20 years ago, long time. I am one of the most certain chiropractors you'll ever meet. There is no one I am afraid to adjust. I had a patient come in one time, had bilateral carotid artery surgery, still had the stitches and the Band-Aids on his neck, and I adjusted his atlas. I am not afraid to adjust anybody. I took a step back on this one. I had never seen a 4-year-old spine look like that. And for the first time up to that point in my career, I took a deep breath and went, And I said, listen, give me the weekend with these. I'm going to just give me some time and come back in on Monday. Now, I will tell you, I never had up to this point, and I've never done it again, go to my office on a Sunday. But I went to office that Sunday, and I put those x-rays up, and I have an exam table, looks like this in my x-ray room, and I just sat there, and I looked at those x-rays. And I'm not making this up. This isn't for the talk. I didn't even know I was even going to tell this story. And I spoke to my heart and said, I want to share this with you all. For the first time ever, I prayed for help, for guidance. I always knew what to do. I'm a chiropractor. You adjust, right? What do you do? Looked up and said, what do I do? I don't know how long I sat there. You know, it's one of those things, you know, this is hindsight, maybe 10 seconds, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, I don't know. I'm remembering back at that moment, but it was like a flood poured on my head. And it was almost like God smacked me and said, idiot, adjust. You're a chiropractor, adjust him. Okay. They come in on Monday and told the mom, I said, I got him, you're in the right place. Oscar smiled, ran, and jumped up in my arms and gave me a big hug. I hadn't even done anything yet. I laid Oscar on his stomach, palpated, T4, T5, adjusted. I laid him on his side, put him in side posture. I got my pies form under that third lumbar, and I set it. And that third lumbar moved, and it made a lot of noise. Turned him over, set the atlas, set him up, and he had the biggest smile you've ever seen. Within 6 months, Oscar's bowels completely returned to normal. Oscar's kidneys tripled in size. Oscar grew 7 inches in 6 months. Say yes to innate intelligence. Last year, I reached out on Facebook to his mom, and she sent me a picture of Oscar. He's like 6'2", great big Eskimo kid. They moved back to Alaska. I haven't seen him. Big monster kid. I'd give anything to give him a big old hug. Man, what I'm trying to get through to you guys is this. I can tell you how to do a report of findings. I can help you do a consultation. I can help you with your technique. But if you don't stop, shut the hell up, be present, lay hands on, let your innate intelligence communicate with this innate intelligence. Make an intentional adjustment. Not pop and pray and hope they pay. Don't just crack a bone and make a noise. Specific. Step back and allow this beautiful soul. My daughter's, she's a chiropractor. She's amazing. She saw 72 pregnant women in one day. Every chiropractor went, ooh, you can have them. Right? That's what I told her. She's got so many babies coming in her office. She's a pediatric doctor and chiropractor, and every OB, every midwife, every doula in Oklahoma City. My wife and I can't go anywhere. We see your daughter. We take our kids to your daughter. My grandkids go to your daughter. And like, what am I, chopped liver over here? All of a sudden, Dad's not like insignificant. The new Dr. Young's in town, right? I could not be more proud. But we were talking one morning, and she said, Dad, we have to get up and go out on the back patio and have coffee before everybody gets up because they get sick of the chiropractors talking all the time. And she said, Dad, you know how you're always talking about how important technique is? And I said, yes, sis. And she said, you know what I think is just as important, if not a little bit more? Intention. Oh, my little girl, so proud. And she says, what we do as chiropractors is we amplify life. I was standing behind her, and she was at a big event, a big health event. She had a booth set up. And my wife and I got there, and it was downtown Oklahoma City at one of the big parks. And there was like 50 vendors, and it was 1,000 people running around. And we get there, and like, how are we going to find Alicia? And we look down the sidewalk, and there's bubbles. She has a bubble machine. It's like, found her. That's Alicia. I mean, and I was standing behind her, and a mother came up and said, okay, so you're a chiropractor? And my daughter, and I was listening, and my daughter said, yes, ma'am, I'm a chiropractor, but I'm not the chiropractor that you think. She said, we're not interested in making noises and treating pain. What we are is we're interested in balancing the nervous system. And if you want to bring your child in and get their nervous system balanced and so they can express life, that's what we're about. Oh, my daughter right there. I was so proud, right? Little girl learned her whole life, but she's present. And when she's with a baby, they reach up and they just touch her face. She's like the child whisperer. Presence. Listen, you guys, when you go back to your office on Monday, what's my problem? Can you help me? How long will it take? What will it cost? Answer the questions to be simple. Just keep it simple. Specific adjustment. I told you I was going to make you uncomfortable. You really want to get uncomfortable now? Say yes. Only adjust 3 segments or less. I know. I see y'all going, what? I adjust like 14. 3 or less. Be specific. Be intentional. Quit talking so much. Allow the adjustment to do the talking for you. Yes? Had a patient come in. They carried him in. He was an Hispanic patient. He'd hurt himself at work, a builder. Couldn't walk. They was dragging his feet and carried him in. And I opened the door, and when I was getting ready to call the next patient, and I saw him carrying him through the office, and we have nonverbal communication in her office, and I looked at Cretia, the CA was right behind him, and I went like this. That just meant go ahead and take the x-ray. No consultation needed on this one.